Monster Jam is an experience like no other. A phenomenon that is trending across the world. Born from raw power. Driven by fearless competitors. Strength is measured in horsepower. And emotions that are pushed to their edge. But the true force, the spark that ignites it all, is you, the fans.
You are the roar that pushes us to drive harder.
And go higher.
We need your energy.
So get up. Get loud.
Every clap.
Every cheer.
This is your house.
This is your moment.
We can feel it.
We can hear you.
Providence, are you ready?
I said, are you ready?
Providence.
Are you ready for Monster Jam?
Providence! This is Monster Jam!
Monster Jam fans, our first competition of the evening is JCB Racing. All of our drivers have been seated randomly into a bracket. They're going to go head-to-head to see who can get the fastest time around the track. The 4 drivers to do so will advance to our semifinal round. Providence, I just have one question for you. Who's ready for some JCB Racing?
Tough break right now for Logan Ashline. Sparkle Smash, not the way you want to start off a 4-event weekend, especially if you're chasing a BKT overall event championship and an invite to our Monster Jam World Finals July 2nd through the 4th in Salt Lake City, Utah, with the Utah Sports Commission. So right now, the UNOH technicians will work hard to get Sparkle Smash ready for our two-wheel skills competition and freestyle as well. So that means Cody Saucier, who has 172 racing wins in his career, automatically moving on to that semifinal round of our JCB Racing competition bracket. So 7 drivers remain right now. We'll have 3 races in round 1 as Dragon moves on to that semifinal round. The 3 winners from these 3 races in round 1 will move to the semifinal round. So in our first race, Plain Crazy versus Megalodon, that winner will go into the semifinal round to take on Dragon. So right now, Plain Crazy getting the signal to fire. Megalodon getting the signal to fire too. Which got to give a shout out to Montana Robbins, the new Plain Crazy truck making its debut just a few weeks ago. So this is still a new design, especially if this is your first Monster Jam. Get a load of that truck. All right, so right now our safety officials testing our Monster Jam trucks with our RII. It's a good test, so that means our drivers will get the signal to fire their trucks in just a moment, and then we'll pull them to the line. Right now on both ends of the floor you can see that red light, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But first, our race. Let's hear it for Montana Robbins, Plain Crazy. Big competition, though. Veteran of Monster Jam, John Zimmer Sr., Megalodon. So veteran versus a rising star in Monster Jam. This is the first time these two have gone head-to-head this season. So now you see the yellow lights. That signals to the driver to fire and then to stage. When the double yellow light pops up, that means that truck is staged and ready to go. The kid, Plain Crazy, giving the veteran Megalodon a run for his money in the first race. Watching that replay, the super glued to the action replay. Plain Crazy had a small lead, it looked like, right there. Waiting for the official word. Our Monster Jam officials watching the replay here again. The super glued to the action replay. Oh, and that final straightaway, if that's it right there, your winner is Megalodon! So Megalodon takes on Dragon in our semifinal round. Now get those bullhorns up, celebrating 25 years of the Crazy Bull. You're on board with MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco. Mama brought the shovel, and she don't play. Big competition for El Toro Loco. It's Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. You can feel the Gravedigger love out here. This is the first time they've met in racing this season. Who's going to go to that semifinal round? winner is El Toro Loco. As we watch the Super Glue glued to the action replay, you'll notice that Kristen Anderson Gravedigger, coming around this next turn, ended up moving the turn pole out of its position. For our drivers in racing, if you hit one of those turn poles, it is an automatic disqualification. But MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco, moves on to face the winner of this next race. All aboard. Conductor says it's time to go for that BKT Overall Event Championship. It's Triton Robbins, Crazy Train. Your current series leader and Arena Championship Series leader last year. You are on board with John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. You want to talk about two people hungry for not only the win tonight, but also an invite to the Monster Jam World Finals to compete for those elusive World Finals Championships. Terminal Velocity staged, Crazy Train staged, let's go green! Your winner is Terminal Velocity. Watching the Super Glue glued to the action replay, coming around that final turn. Crazy Train had it until that final turn. So Dragon takes on Megalodon. El Toro Loco takes on Terminal Velocity. Dragon letting Terminal Velocity know that he's ready to win not only this next race, but that final round race too.
Well, fans, we've got our 4 drivers advancing to the semifinal round. I'm going to need you to get even louder as we advance. We are one step closer to figuring out who is going home. Our JCB Racing winner today. Come on, Providence. I need to hear you make some noise.
All right, big race right now. 2 veterans on this series. From Howell, Michigan, we've got John Zimmer Sr. in Megalodon. We also have Cody Saucier from Lafayette, Louisiana in Dragon. Winner goes to the final round. Another insanely close race between the 2 best racers on this series according to their record. Cody Saucier, 172 racing wins. John Zimmer Sr., 68 in their careers. So the Super Glue glued to the action replay coming to the finish line. Nose to nose. Your winner is Dragon. Right now, you are on board with the man from Howell, Michigan, John Zimmer Jr., our series leader in Terminal Velocity, eyeing his competition across the floor. Let's hear it for Terminal Velocity. And coming from Boise, Idaho, 3 years into his career, you are on board. Get those bullhorns up, make some noise for El Toro Loco, MJ Solorio. Saw the visor go down, that means it's go time. El Toro Loco quick to the line and staged. Terminal Velocity about to stage. Winner faces Dragon. Final round, here we go. if this is any indication of how the racing is going to be this weekend, this is awesome stuff. So many super close races here. Both trucks pedal to the metal. All right, waiting on the word right now from our officials. Your winner is Terminal Velocity.
Fans, it's time for the final round. Who's gonna go home with points? I need you to make some noise!
First 8 points of the night on the line. And again, one of the best racing records in Monster Jam, the 2023 Arena Racer of the Year in his 13th season. Let's hear it for Cody Saucier, Dragon! In his 4th season and rising quickly, last year's Arena Series Central champion and the current Arena Series East champion. Let's hear it for John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity! Big moment, big race. Can Dragon knock off the leader of the series with this win? Or will Terminal Velocity continue to climb in the points? We're staged. We're ready to go green. All right, so our driver's given the signal to restage. One of the trucks pulled a little bit farther over the line than they were supposed to. So now again, when we get those double yellows, it's time to go. Let's do it. Your winner is Terminal Velocity! Get John Zimmer Jr. giving a nice little hello to Dragon there after Dragon earlier after his semifinal round win went up and was like, hey, see you in the final round, and Terminal Velocity sealed it there, taking the first 8 points of the event. And our racing final win in JCB Racing. So John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity, right now holds on to the top spot on Arena Championship Series East, but also taking the first 8 points of the event for that BKT Overall Event Championship. He can hear you. He's in the truck right now. Providence, make some noise for John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
Well, fans, first win of the night, John Zimmer Jr. Now, we were out here earlier talking with Cody, and he said he loves this kind of dirt. Seems like you loved it a little bit more.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. You know, I love getting to take Cody down. It's always fun getting to race him. I'm glad I was the one that broke his undefeated winning streak in racing. I'm a racer at heart. I know he is too. We live for those kind of races because we know you fans love to see it. We got absolutely wild and crazy. The dirt was unforgiving, made for an insane finish. It was a blast.
We've got two-wheel skills challenge coming up next. Talk to us about your strategy heading into that.
Man, two wheels is one of my favorite things to do behind the wheel of this truck. I'm going to take this thing, and it's going to look like I'm playing with an RC car out here. This dirt is primed for two-wheel. I'm going to get this thing up on the nose, up on the rear tires, up on the side walls. Maybe a crash save, you never know, guys. But if y'all thought racing was wild, nah, we're just getting started here at Monster Jam. We got more coming at you guys. Are you ready for more?
Make some noise for John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
So right now, Terminal Velocity in the lead with 8 points. That BKT Overall Event Championship. Dragon right behind him in second with 7. Tied for third, El Toro Loco and Megalodon with 4. And then our other drivers tied for fifth there. Gravedigger, Crazy Train, Plain Crazy with 2 points. Since Sparkle Smash didn't compete, no points yet. But another 8 points on the line with our next competition. It is the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge, where each truck and driver gets 2 attempts at their best trick. And right now, scan the QR code, log into JudgesZone.com with the code PRO, and get ready to score to pick our next competition winner. Providence, I'm hanging out with Deo, a big Gravedigger fan over here, just absolutely loving his experience so far at Monster Jam with his parents right now. Can you, your parents, bro, can you say, I love you, Mom?
I love you, Mom.
Yeah, let me give a shout out to my mom, too. And if you came, your parents brought you here today, give them a big hug and say, love you, Mom or Dad, or Grandma, Grandpa, whoever brought you. All right, so Deo, we're going to play a game, Monster Jam Mini Jams race. If you can pick the correct truck, we're going to hook you up with something pretty sweet. Do you want to give this a shot?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what options we got over here on the video board. We've got El Toro Loco, Gravedigger, and Megalodon. So I know who you're going to pick, but why don't you say it real loud?
Gravedigger.
Where are the Gravedigger fans at? All right, well, let's count them down. See who will win. 3, 2, 1. All right, make sure to cheer for your favorite truck. Gravedigger off to a hot start here in turn 1. A big sweeping turn there. But the Crazy Bull, El Toro Loco, horns out right now and stealing the lead from Gravedigger. Oh, and there's Megalodon right behind him. All right, so Gravedigger needs to catch up. Oh, Megalodon's trying to squeeze around. Oh, man, this is a back and forth race right now. This keeps up with the awesome racing we've had. Gravedigger takes the lead, and Gravedigger takes the win. Dale, my man, he is all kinds of amped over here, but not as amped as he's going to be when I tell him that he is going to get to go and meet all of our drivers after tonight's event, our post-show meet and greet. You're going to get to meet Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger. She's over there right now. Do you want to say hi, Kristen?
Hi, Kristen.
Yeah, oh, and you got to wave back, too. Ladies and gentlemen, scan that QR code on the screen if you want to join us for the post-show meet and greet with the drivers afterwards. And real quick, make some noise for my man Deo. Time for our next competition, and the next 8 points on the line for that BKT Overall Event Championship. It is our two-wheel skills competition, and right now, our drivers are going to explain to you some of the tricks and moves you are about to see.
My favorite lunge jam skill, definitely huge guy really into the walking place. You approach the pot, pop it up right up on top, and land, and walk all the way across. My favorite skill would be a stopping.
It's time for the two-wheel skills challenge, and we need you to bring the energy, so follow along and clap your hands. Great start to the two-wheel skills challenge. Montana Robbins playing crazy, popping it up on the front two BKT tires. We're kind of resetting the truck to get a different angle, then setting it back down. Get those plane arms out and get ready for attempt number 2 from Plane Crazy.
Fans, get those scores in on judgeszone.com. You've got 20 seconds.
Taking all that first-class combo meal on the plane. Montana Robbins playing crazy that second attempt. Getting up on those front two tires, walking it back, popping it into a wheelie. And it looked like he tried to keep that kind of combo going, but just lost a little momentum there. Great start to our two-wheel skills challenge. He's out of the truck right now. Let's hear it for Plane Crazy. All right, scores are in for Plain Crazy. Here they come to the video board for Montana Robbins Plain Crazy. So we have the expert score, Monster Jam official scoring that at an 8. Your collective score averaged to a 6.495, and then we average those two together to get that 7.247 for Plain Crazy. So that is now the score to beat. And again, if you would like to participate, hop on judgeszone.com, put in the code PRO, and have your phone ready to score our next competitor in our two-wheel skills challenge. Providence, who's having a good time so far? She came for the BKT Overall Event Championship. She'll stay for the chowder. It's Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. Nice, perfect setup. The lights glowing in the dirt right here in Providence. Throwing it in reverse, moonwalk.
Fans, head to judgeszone.com. Scoring is now open.
So as we watch the replay here, what could have been one move turned into two different attempts. So right here, watching this pretty much perfect stoppie, walking the truck, balancing it on those front two BKT tires. Then she walks it backwards. When the truck sets down on all four tires and kind of keeps that, that's when that trick ends. So right now this trick is still going, but right here, this is when one trick ends. This is when the next trick starts. Scores are in. The score for Gravedigger is 7.963. The crowd is loving Gravedigger tonight. So Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger, your current leader in our two-wheel skills challenge. Second 8 points of the event. On the line right now. Are other drivers able to see what's been happening on the track? Maybe they will try something different, or maybe they'll say, I can do that better than Gravedigger, which is crazy to say, but we'll see what our other competitors have left in our two-wheel skills challenge. Coming from Buffalo, New York, here he is. It's Triton Robbins, Crazy Train. I hear that whistle blowing. That train is coming to town, and it's in Providence tonight, baby. Great series of combo moves from Crazy Train. El Toro Loco saying, what's up? I'm coming up here soon. So Crazy Train, Triton Robbins, one more attempt.
Scoring is now open, fans. Head to judgeszone.com.
Triton Robbins, Crazy Train, Combo City out here in Providence. He went to the fast food menu and ordered it all right there. So the stoppie, the moonwalk, into a wheelie, both of his attempts 100% successful and really, really excellent stuff. He's out of the truck right now. Make some noise for Crazy Train as your scores are being tabulated. Judgeszone.com. Here we go. Score to beat. Gravedigger 7.963. The score for Crazy Train is 8.695. Crazy Train is your new leader. Be crazy riding in a train that way if you rode on the tracks on those front two wheels on the rails. But Triton Robbins, Crazy Train, our current leader in our two-wheel skills challenge. Good to see him right now sitting up on the top. This season is starting off a little slow, but really starting to gain that momentum, and this could be the competition that helps really propel him up into the top spots on this series. And on the video board right now, some of the tricks you're going to see. Again, scan the QR code, join the judgeszone.com party. Up next, your racing final winner, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. A lot of momentum there in those tricks for Terminal Velocity. John Zimmer Jr. hoping to slow the pace down a little. Really perfect some of those tricks there too. He had to rush through some of that, especially in the beginning. The truck really not getting the pop he probably was looking for. So here we go, attempt number 2, Terminal Velocity. Perfect balance right there.
John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity scoring is now open.
John Zimmer Jr. has really taken to this competition, especially. A lot of people like to talk about his skill level in Terminal Velocity in just the short time that he's been doing this. And there was this moment, I thought he was just doing his taxes, maybe calling his mom to say hi. I mean, the truck was just sitting there perfectly at 90 degrees. And then that slow creep up the pod. Balance kind of gets front heavy, so he's got to bring it back down. But then when he gets that right angle, hits reverse, pops it up into that next combo move. All right, scores are in. The score for Terminal Velocity is 7.985. Terminal Velocity right now in second place. Two 1/100ths of a point ahead of Gravedigger right now. Terminal Velocity sneaking into that second spot, but Crazy Train Triton Robbins, our current leader, at 8.695. Gravedigger right now sitting in third, and Plain Crazy is in fourth in our two-wheel skills challenge. So tonight our drivers competing for a BKT overall event championship, but they're also competing to be the St. Jude ambassador of the event. Listen, we're trying to raise as much money as we can to help St. Jude end childhood cancer, help support families along that traumatic journey that, in the end, the goal, ending childhood cancer. And we're having a friendly fundraising competition with our drivers. You can make a donation to St. Jude, any amount, and you can select a driver that you really love and a truck. So when you select that person, the donation you make goes to their total. And right now, MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco, getting the majority of the donations, almost half of the donations so far for St. Jude. So scan that QR code, make a donation, pick the driver you want to be tonight's St. Jude ambassador, and together, Providence, we can help end childhood cancer with St. Jude. Up next in our two-wheel skills competition, let's hear it for Cody Saucier, Dragon! Cody Saucier, Dragon, 18 two-wheel skills competition wins in his career. Looking to make it 19 tonight. Oh, he turned the motor off. Somebody make some noise for Dragon right now. Come on, Providence. He's waving out the window. Taking a little nap on the job. Nice combo from Dragon. Trying to be the super beast of this competition and this series right now.
Fan scoring is now open. Lock in your scores at judgeszone.com. Love
some of the different approaches that Dragon has taken so far compared to other drivers here. Just setting it on the back bumper there and just like, yep, I'm going to take a little break. Hopefully the boss isn't watching right now, but it's awesome. At first, I didn't think he was even going to touch the tail to the ground there and was just going to balance out a perfect wheelie. But he just set it there and was like, we're just going to hang out and wave at the fans. And then the next move, too, awesome stuff. Combos from Cody Saucier, Dragon, big wheelies. All right, here we go. Scores in. The score for Dragon is 7.682 for Dragon, fourth place. Providence not really a fan of that score right now. So Crazy Train Triton Robbins, our current leader, two-wheel skills challenge, 8.695. Terminal velocity sitting in second. We saw him go into the tunnel. I'm not sure if it was a rear steer issue or something not sitting right with that truck. We will get that Northern Tool pit report, halftime report in just a little bit to see what's going on with that truck. Looks like Cody Saucier, Dragon, maybe going outside just to check on the truck after that. But one big competition left, and the two drivers heading out to the tunnel right now. Definitely want that final 8 points of the night with our freestyle competition. So Gravedigger currently in third. Kristen Anderson scoring a 7.963. And this crowd is eating up the black and green wrecking machine and the history that Gravedigger has with this great city. Cody Saucier, Dragon, right now fourth. He's out of the truck. He's looking for some cheers from the crowd right now. He's getting this place pumped up. And then Plain Crazy Montana Robbins in 5th with a 7.247. Monster Jam tracks are built by JCB. Dig deeper, lift higher, and move more with the official heavy equipment partner of Monster Jam, JCB. Let's see those hands come together and chomp the competition. Two-wheel skills. It's John Zimmer Sr., Megalodon. Real slow creep for Megalodon, which sharks generally breathe out of their gills, but it looked like he was trying to sniff the dirt there. One more attempt for Megalodon.
Head to judgeszone.com. Scoring is now open for John Zimmer.
That second attempt, it looks like the dirt pod there is kind of taking a beating there. But here's the first attempt. Big, huge popper for Megalodon, popping it onto those front two tires, and then he just kind of sits there. And he's just looking at the dirt, looking at the ground. The fans here, as it kept going, and he just kept going slower and slower moving forward there, crowd started getting louder and louder for Megalodon, and the scores are in. The score for Megalodon is 8.014 for Megalodon. Megalodon in second. So Crazy Train holding on to that lead. Room for someone to take the top spot. But Crazy Train Triton Robbins gonna feel good if he gets this 8 points tonight, and could boost him when we come to freestyle, because these drivers all competing to get to the Monster Jam World Finals, the biggest Monster Jam event of the year, returning to Salt Lake City July 2026. Celebrate the 4th of July holiday weekend with stars, stripes, stunts, and unbelievable family fun moments, plus a spectacular 4th of July fireworks display. Tickets on sale now at monsterjam.com. Monster Jam World Finals, big time family fun, brought to you by the Utah Sports Commission. Seeing red. Horns are out, looking for this next 8 points. You're on board with El Toro Loco. Nice balance. Great start for MJ Solario. Let's see if he can one-up himself here and take the top spot in this competition. Toro Loco not liking what he was seeing there. So definitely coming to the other side, because it looks like the Crazy Bull wants to dance on those front tires. Let's see what we got. The Bull dancing right now. You're watching MJ in the truck as he moves that 10,000-pound machine around. I've never...
Fans locking those scores on judgeszone.com.
I've never seen a bull that calm the way he was just balanced on that second trick there. MJ Solario, El Toro Loco, coming in hot in two-wheel skills. Let's hear it for El Toro Loco. So MJ Solario with 28 two-wheel skills challenge wins on the season. We'll see how Providence feels about the bull dancing. So he's steering the wheel as he's on those front tires. Wild stuff. All right, here we go. Score to beat. Crazy Train with an 8.695. The score for El Toro Loco is 8.76. Your new leader, El Toro Loco. Right now, El Toro Loco in the lead, squeaking into the top spot over Triton Robbins' Crazy Train. So El Toro Loco and the team, our UNOH technicians, will take a quick look at the truck, make sure it's ready to go for that final competition tonight, Freestyle. You are riding on board. Here comes Logan Ashline. Sparkle Smash. The crowd in Providence pumped to see Sparkle Smash back and ready for action. Sparkle Smash getting ready to line up for attempt number 2. Nice way to work in attempt number 1. I think probably feeling out the truck. And it feels good.
Fans, that was Sparkle Smash. Scoring is now open. Head to judgeszone.com.
For that second attempt, she 3, 2, 1, hit the gas, everybody. Sparkle Smash Sky Wheelie. Logan Ashline getting some of the biggest air we've seen so far tonight. And this is just our two-wheel skills competition so far. She's out of the truck. Let's hear it for Sparkle Smash. So do those crowd roars mean high scores for Sparkle Smash? Scores are in, and the score for Sparkle Smash is 7.491. That means your winner, MJ Solario, El Toro Loco. For MJ Solario, El Toro Loco, that is his 29th two-wheel skills challenge win. He takes the second 8 points of the night. He's running out of the tunnel. He can hear you, Providence. Make some noise for El Toro Loco.
MJ, congratulations on the win. We're talking about a 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck, and you're putting that thing on two wheels, and you make it look easy. You're even dancing out there. Talk to us about what kind of control goes into pulling off these maneuvers.
You know, honestly, this dirt right here in Providence is absolutely perfect for two-wheel skills. It's got that just the right amount of stickiness we need to where you can pop that truck up and not break any parts. That's one thing I was worried about with how tacky it was going to be, that we were going to be breaking axles left and right. But hey, we're all good, baby. We're out there throwing some fuel in that thing. Coming up next, Monster Jam Freestyle. And if y'all thought that was cool, just wait. I'm going to strap it a little extra tight and fly a little higher. I was here last year and we came out with an overall event championship. Heck, why not do it again a year later? Y'all having fun or what?
Fans, make some noise for MJ Solario, El Toro Loco. Just because it's halftime doesn't mean the action has to end. Providence, we've lined up some of the best freestyle motocross riders for you tonight, and they are ready to put on a show. They're going to want you to be as loud as you possibly can. All right, fans, I need to hear you on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's hear it. Up first, we've got Brandon Reardon. Come on, Providence. Making his way to the ramp, we've got Kenny Haskell. Providence, let me hear you get loud for Seth Beaton. And in the red and white, make some noise for Josh Hedford. Oh, Providence, I think you can get louder than that. Let me hear you. The louder you get, the higher they fly. Come on. Let me remind you, Providence, they can hear you. I think we've got one more trick left. Come on, fans, make some noise. All right, right, all of our riders making their way to the pod right now. Don't worry, we are not done, fans. Up next, we've got our FMX Best Trick competition. Each of our riders is going to have one attempt to pull off their best trick, and you get to get in on the action. Get those phones out. Head to judgeszone.com. We are going to have you score each of their tricks, just like we've been doing with our Monster Jam drivers. So get ready for some action. Who's ready for the Best Trick competition?
All right, so we made a lot of noise for these guys. When he hit that backflip, this place went nuts. That's the kind of energy we need for every jump now. When the rider hits the runway, as I like to call it, right as he hits the ramp and launches through the air, that's when we need to be crazy loud. And up first, from Worcester, Mass, it's Brandon Reardon. Brandon Reardon ripping on a 450. Told me before the show his favorite superhero is Captain Insano. So let's see if he can channel that inner Captain Insano. And remember, you are going to score each jump at judgeszone.com for our best trick competition. So he's on the runway. Let's make some noise.
Fans, get those scores in. What did you think of Brandon Reardon?
As you lock in those scores at judgeszone.com, watching the Super Glued to the Action replay, I like to call that the Lady Gaga on the edge of glory right there, holding on with your ankles to the handlebars. So scores are in. Score for Brandon Reardon is 8.037. 8.037. Brendan Reardon sits in first. And up next from Haverhill, Massachusetts, it's Kenny Haskell. 3 of our 4 riders coming from Massachusetts, our 4th rider from North Carolina, so the East Coast squad in the house tonight. Kenny Haskell on the YZ 250, and wanted to give a shout out to his 2 boys at home over at Haverhill. Kenny's had a good run here and a great career in freestyle motocross, but also on the road with his buds in this FMX competition at Monster Jam. So one more time, when you see him come out this tunnel, you see him on the runway and launch it through the air, we need to get as loud as we can for FMX Best Trick. It's Kenny Haskell.
Head to judgeszone.com. Scoring is now open.
I've never seen someone frown when someone's doing a backflip on a dirt bike in the air during FMX. Kenny Haskell knows what the crowd wants and gives it to him, and the roar, one of the loudest I've heard so far tonight. All right, scores are in. The score for Kenny Haskell is 9.093. Your new leader, Kenny Haskell. All right, our next rider, Seth Beaton. Been with Monster Jam for the last 10 years, coming out of Templeton, Massachusetts on his Honda 450. And he looks forward to beating the competition tonight. Score to beat, 9.093. He's really out here trying to get the crowd pumped up. Now, let's see what he's got. Can he top a backflip? Can he show us some wild combo? Our freestyle motocross riders, the best in the world and some of the craziest folks you'll ever get the chance to hang out with. I always encourage it. And right now, let's make some noise for Seth Beaton.
Head to judgeszone.com, fans. Scoring is now open.
Comboing the backflip up with, from my angle, looked like Indian air along with the backflip, and that's where you just toss your back feet out wild like that. Confident, cool, collected, and the scores are in. The score for Seth Beaton is big score, 9.746. Your new leader, Seth Beaton. All right, our final competitor coming out of Asheville, North Carolina on his Kawasaki 450. We've got Josh Hedford. Let's make some noise. Josh chases bears in the mountains in his free time. He's also a liberal arts major. Loves painting and loves the crowd roar. Make some noise!
Fans, what did you think of Josh Hedford? Scoring is now open. Head to judgeszone.com.
This is a spicy little FMX competition right now. In the replay, the super glue to the action replay backflip, putting the feet over the handlebars and coming back to set it down. Score is in. Score to beat 9.746. The score for Josh Hedford is 9.107. Second place. That means your winner, Seth Beaton.
Don't worry, Providence, the action is not over. It's time for our grand finale. Each of our riders are going to perform some more high-flying tricks in a train formation. And don't forget, the louder you get, the higher they go. Providence, I need to hear you make some noise.
All right, let's get this train going. Providence, get loud. What do you think, fans? You want to see some more? They can't hear you. All right, fans, on the count of 3, make some noise. 1, 2, 3, let's hear it. Come on, Providence, they got their hands in the air. They want to hear you get loud. One more time, let's do this, Providence, make some noise! Give it up for all of our FMX riders! All right, guys, I'm standing by with Seth Beaton. Seth, the fans were loving that backflip combo. Tell me, what is going through your mind in that moment when you're up there in the air?
I just know Josh is going to try to one-up me, so I got to kind of pull out whatever I got. So that was it. That's one of my biggest tricks, but I got bigger if you guys get louder. So hopefully tonight some of y'all get over here and we'll get it a little bit bigger for y'all.
You've been a part of Monster Jam for 10 years. Now, some people might have seen motocross, but this combination of FMX with Monster Jam, what's that like to kind of be on the road with all of these guys and share the competition floor?
It's honestly awesome. It's like a second family. I've had probably a year off from Monster Jam, and this is my actual first show back. So thank you all for being loud and having me tonight. It was a pleasure.
Lastly, there might be some fans out here in the crowd who might want to do this someday. They see those backflips and go, yeah, that looks kind of fun. What's your advice to them?
Lots of practice and put as much heart into it as you can. Heart and practice, that's all it takes.
All right, Providence, make some noise for Seth Beaton and all of our FMX riders. Smash. Head to judgeszone.com. Scoring is now open.
Unstrapping, getting onto the truck. You're on board with Sparkle Smash, and she is going big here. Some big sky wheelies. Awesome way to start freestyle. The explosion of the Sparkle Smash confetti. And then she just kept going after each ramp in that Monster Jam pod down there and going bigger and bigger and bigger with every hit. All right, the scores are in. And the score for Sparkle Smash is 7.375. 7.375. Right now, Sparkle Smash sits in first in Monster Jam Freestyle. And remember, it's the final 8 points of the night and your final opportunity to score at judgeszone.com in this competition. Again, each driver must complete at least 15 seconds for their score. And then use of all ramps, creativity, technical moves, like some of the stuff we saw earlier in two-wheel skills, combinations. We're definitely looking for those, but we need that wow factor. Time to take to the sky. Make some noise for Montana Robbins, Plain Crazy. Looking for his first freestyle competition win in Monster Jam. This is his second season. This season coming out with a new design. Clock is froze, the truck is stopped. Looks like it's breakage for Plain Crazy.
Fans locking those scores right now on judgeszone.com.
So watching Montana Robbins here in Plain Crazy, working to get after it here. The cold weather maybe keeping the plane from getting the altitude he's looking for in that first part of freestyle. But after that, he just went after it on the track. And Montana Robbins got 3 more events this weekend to really showcase his stuff. And you can watch all the action on YouTube. All right, scores in. Score for Plain Crazy is 6.851. 6.851 for Montana Robbins Plain Crazy. And again, Plain Crazy, you can catch him and all of the action from this weekend, every event, every minute on YouTube, and all of the action from this weekend from our 5 Arena and Stadium Championship Series happening right now. We're on the road to Monster Jam World Finals in July, Salt Lake City, Utah, with the Utah Sports Commission. Get the info, get your tickets, and join us. MonsterJam.com. Last chance to hop on board. It's Triton Robbins. And time to go big in Crazy Train.
Fans, what did you think of Crazy Train? Scoring is now open.
We just got done looking at the judging criteria at judgeszone.com, and then we just watched a freestyle that pretty much hit everything on that criteria. Lots of momentum, some combos, some technical moves, just hitting every ramp and really bringing something different to every attempt and hit that he had during that freestyle. Great stuff right there from Crazy Train. The question is it enough to take the lead? He's on the floor right now, and now we find out his score. Score to beat, Sparkle Smash, 7.375. The score for Crazy Train is 8.316. Your new leader is Crazy Train. So Crazy Train takes the lead, and now we're pretty close to crowning our BKT overall event champion, but right now it's time to crown our St. Jude ambassador of the event. Competition between our drivers, a friendly fundraising competition. And with all of your donations, which, thank you, first and foremost, thank you for making that donation. Parents who can't be here right now want to thank you for partnering with St. Jude to help end childhood cancer. And we're looking here with 33% of the donations. Your St. Jude ambassador of the event tonight, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Big win, big smile right there, 2 thumbs up. So Terminal Velocity takes 1 championship tonight. Can he make it 2 for 2? 5 trucks remain in freestyle. Who wants some more freestyle, Providence? The bells are ringing, the red lights are on. Mama's home and ready for supper. It's Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. Looks like Gravedigger Kristen Anderson lining up for the Morgan & Morgan backflip. The crazy thing I love about tonight is that I don't even have to say Gravedigger, and this place goes nuts when those red lights turn on, when the truck fires up, when she hits the backflip ramp. Gravedigger is in the house in Providence, Rhode Island at the amp. And the way the fans are cheering, I gotta think we might have a new leader, but I don't know until those scores hit that video board. Hopefully you locked in your score at judgeszone.com. Oh, words in. The scores are in. The score for Gravedigger is 9.176. Your new leader is Gravedigger. It's ladies' night right now in freestyle. And the day recognizing women in sports is right around the corner, and Kristen Anderson is putting women and Gravedigger on the map tonight at the amp. Your new freestyle leader and score to beat, Gravedigger, a 9.176. We have Crazy Train now bumped to second and 8.316. Sparkle Smash in third and Plain Crazy in fourth. Next competitor ready to hit the track. John Zimmer Sr., here comes Megalodon. John Zimmer Sr. has 84 freestyle wins. In the 20-plus year career he's been with Monster Jam.
Head to judgeszone.com. Scores are now open.
Daddy Shark don't play, especially in freestyle. John Zimmer Sr. absolutely sending it in Megalodon. They are Send It Motorsports. So true to that theme and that name, Megalodon went big. And I don't know, there is no amount of Shark programming on any television channel that's going to give you the stuff you're only going to get at Monster Jam, like this giant Megalodon truck flying through the air. Scores are in. The score for Megalodon is 8.176. Third place right now. Make some noise one more time for Megalodon. So with Megalodon in third now, Crazy Train still in second, Gravedigger still in first. That score to beat 9.176. And only 3 trucks remain in Monster Jam Freestyle. Remember, if you got a great moment on video, a picture, an awesome moment with your family, use that hashtag Monster Jam or tag us at Monster Jam. You might get one of those moments. Up next, bullhorns up for El Toro Loco, MJ Solario.
place your scores.
If you're watching the video board right now, you can see that he is amped up. He is unstrapped. He is popping out of the truck. Let's hear it for El Toro Loco. This is where the competition gets intense. Our leader for tonight coming into this competition, terminal velocity, still to freestyle. Our second place, El Toro Loco, just finished the freestyle. Scores are in. The score for El Toro Loco is 8.183 for MJ Solario, El Toro Loco. So if terminal velocity places below El Toro Loco, that could mean El Toro Loco is in business for this BKT Overall Event Championship. Ready to take to the sky and terrorize the track. Let's hear it for Cody Saucier in Dragon.
That was Cody Saucier. Dragon fans, place those scores.
So Cody Saucier, Dragon, putting the pedal to the floor, going for big air. Tried a couple combo technical moves in there, but really just stuck with the big air and the chaos on the track here. So Cody Saucier, Dragon, out of the truck one time. Let's make some noise. And now we wait for those scores at judgeszone.com. Here we go. Scores are in. Score for Dragon is 7.527. Cody Saucier, Dragon, sitting in fifth. One competitor remains, and that was the truck and driver leading the points for tonight and this series, hoping to capitalize and continue to grow his lead for the series championship and another invite to the Monster Jam World Finals, July 2nd through the 4th, Salt Lake City, Utah, with the Utah Sports Commission. When you get home tonight, check it out, get the details, and get your tickets at monsterjam.com. Strapped in, eye on the track, visor down. Let's hear it for John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity. Head to judgeszone.com and place your scores.
As John Zimmer Jr. takes his helmet off, we watch the terminal velocity replay, the super glue glued to the action replay on the video board. This is the moment of truth right now. This score that comes up on the screen and where this truck and driver plays will either crown our BKT overall event champion or someone new will rise to the top and take the top spot right at the end of the night. He was the St. Jude ambassador of the event, hoping to be that BKT overall event champion as well. So here we go. He's out of the truck. The scores are in. The score for terminal velocity is 8.324. Good enough for second place. That means your freestyle winner is Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. So with that 8 points, we add that to her total, and we find out now who our BKT overall event champion is. With 8 winning racing, 5 points in two-wheel skills, and second place in freestyle with 20 points, your BKT overall event champion, Terminal Velocity! A fight to the end. And John Zimmer Jr. sweeping the night tonight with the St. Jude ambassador of the event and the BKT overall event championship. And continues to further his lead for Arena Championship Series East. 3 more big competitions this winter. Make some noise for Terminal Velocity! Grown up watching his dad over the last 21 years, being around this sport, you can tell this young man right here is a future, well, he is becoming a superstar in Monster Jam, but the future and a potential Hall of Famer, just like his dad, is en route.
Fans, I'm standing by with John Zimmer Jr. John, congratulations on the win. The domination continues out here in this series. How important is for you to start out this weekend on such a high note, and how will you take that into the rest of the weekend?
It's super important. You know, we had a weekend off, which was unfortunate, so the entire event I felt like I was just playing catch up. But you fans were driving me to run my truck harder, and I know it was driving every other driver out here to give it their all. And man, that's what really got me this win here tonight. I'm super pumped up, starting the weekend off on top, man. Couldn't ask for anything better here in Providence.
Is there anything else you want to say to these fans before they head home tonight?
Man, like I was saying, you guys drive us drivers to run our trucks as hard as we can. So we thank you fans for joining us here tonight at Monster Jam. We love each and every one of you guys filling these seats up and watching us play like little kids. We got a bunch more events happening this weekend. We'd love to see you again, but hey, we're talking about tonight too, man. It was a blast. Y'all were amazing, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Fans, make some noise for John Zimmer Jr., your BKT overall event champion.
For our other 7 drivers, they can't let this continue to happen this weekend, or Terminal Velocity will run away with this series championship. And congratulations to John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. For all you Providence fans, if you want to keep up with the action this weekend, you can do it on YouTube, or you can grab some tickets to join us. And if you want to check out Monster Jam where you live, monsterjam.com has those tickets. And chat, let us know what you thought about tonight's big and first event of the weekend at the AMP in Providence. It's been an awesome night. We're ready to keep the action going this weekend, and we got to get this track and the trucks ready to go for tomorrow. So please get home safe tonight from Providence. Thank you for being here with us tonight. And on behalf of Feld Entertainment and for my co-host, Katie, we want to thank you for joining us tonight for night number 1 at the AMP. We're going to do it tomorrow. Providence, that was Monster Jam.